All right, so part of our conversation about movement is going to focus on the fact that we live lives that are sedentary. So, sedentary means that we're sitting down all the time, we're staying still, we're stagnant. We're not like a fluid creek that's flowing with water. We are a stagnant pool that is just staying still all day throughout the day. And that's a problem for our lives because our human biology, well, we were meant for movement. We were meant to be active human beings, running and foraging and walking miles and miles a day. Okay, so one of the things that I know that a lot of us struggle with is our commutes to work. And some of us might commute maybe 10, 15, 20. I know a lot of my family members actually commuted an hour a day to and fro, back and forth to their workplace. And whenever you're in the car, that's an hour maybe of your time every single day, maybe 2 hours if you count there and back, that you're in the car and you're sitting down. And whenever you go from the house in the morning, rushing out the door to go to work, and then you go to your car, and then you go to work, and you might have a desk job, and then you get done at work, and you come home after work, and you sit down because you're tired and lethargic because you haven't had any movement, and you've been sitting in front of technology all day. All of those things really do hold you back from having the natural energy, the mitochondria. So the mitochondria are called the powerhouse of the cell in your body, the powerhouse of the cell, because it produces all of the good nutrients for energy inside of your body, okay? So one of the ways that we can get better energy and sleep better and have better digestion, better immune system, all of that is having natural movement in our lives, okay? So whenever we live lives that are sedentary, it really does make it so much harder for us to live our healthiest life possible. So one of the ways that I would like to talk to you about that you can engage in more movement is while you're in the car. Now you might think, how in the world can I move more while I'm in the vehicle? Now, I'm not saying that you need to do jumping jacks while you're trying to drive on the freeway by any means, but one thing that I do is I will grab the steering wheel with my hands and I will flex the steering wheel. And that is a good forearm workout. All right. And then if you raise up a little bit, you can flex and then you can work a little bit more of your shoulders and your triceps. Okay. And right here, your deltoids up on your shoulders. You can work that while you're driving with the steering wheel and doing that flexion. Okay. So you can work on that flexion while you're driving in the car, working your fingers, your forearms, and your arms in general, just to have a little bit more movement. And then also you can think about flexing your legs as well. So you might be using cruise control, you might not. But while you're driving, you can actually flex your leg muscles, and your legs are so powerful. They have such awesome opportunities to build the natural lymphatic and nervous system and the vascular system that goes through your legs and your arteries, okay? So those are huge muscles on your body, and they're meant to do work, all right? So I'm talking about the legs, I'm talking about the glutes, which are your buttocks. Yes, I said buttocks. It's your butt muscles. Those are powerful muscles in your body, okay? So while you're driving, of course, stay focused on the road. But you can really flex those muscles and work a little bit more movement into your day, okay? So that's going to give you a little bit more energy. It's going to keep you alert, going to keep you alive, going to keep you engaged while you're on the road, keep you interested and attentive, I should say, on the road as well. And that's just another way that you can get natural movement in your life, okay? I really love the fact that all of these areas in our life do make it harder for us to have our healthiest life possible, like the fact that we live sedentary lives and we might be commuting an hour to and fro each day to our work and our home. But I really want to give you the opportunity to reimagine what health can be. So what does driving in the car mean? I'm not going to sit here and be pessimistic and say that you don't have any time in your day to have natural movement because you commute back and forth every day to work, and that's 2 hours out of your day and you're just sitting still. But I truly do believe that you can do some things in the car that can make it easier for you to have more movement in your day. Like the flexion whenever you're flexing the steering wheel, right? or the flexion in your legs whenever you're driving. And you can press down with your feet onto the floor, and that can engage your thighs. And then you can move your legs around a little bit, and that's engaging in a little bit more movement just to keep your blood flow going, just to keep that lymphatic system flowing, okay? That's going to really help little by little. These are all just baby steps that we can implement into our lives more and more, because we don't need to just accept the barriers of our health and how hard it is for us to be healthy in our normal day-to-days. We can actually acknowledge the difficulty and then strategically implement the opportunities to improve that status with the barriers that we currently do have it in our lives, okay? So we definitely have obstacles, but that doesn't mean that we can't overcome those obstacles. And these are just helpful tips that I like to give people, okay? So that's if you're driving. Now, of course, if you're in the passenger seat, you have a little bit more freedom. So you might be able to stretch, you might be able to do some arm-focused movements like punching a bag or rolling your arms like this, engaging your arms, your arm muscles, do some stretching. You might be able to do some kicks with your feet. Don't distract the driver by any means. But there are ways that you can stay active in the car. Now, it's kind of crazy to think about, but also, if you are commuting and you're trying to get a little bit more movement in your day, you can always, but right before you get into the car and whenever you get out of the car, before you go to work or before you step back in the house, do a little bit of light stretching to engage your muscles, to engage your blood flow going back throughout your body. That way your body is a little bit in a better natural state, rather than this like tired and lethargic kind of mental fog before you get in the car. It's going to keep you as a safer driver. It's going to keep you more alert and awake whenever you transition back to home. Maybe you've been in the car for an hour, and that is very exhausting on your body. And the reason why that is because, well, your body's meant for movement, and your body wants movement. It's calling it out, and it's tired of sitting. It's literally tired of sitting all day. So this is just the one way that I would love to see you move more in your life. And I know that life is difficult and life is challenging. We have obstacles with movement. This is one strategy, one tactic, one simple tool that you can put in your toolbox to live the healthiest, happiest life possible for you and your family, okay? Love you to death. Peace and blessings. Can't wait to hear from everybody else what they think about this, okay? And stay moving, people.